I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah,
I'm like a dog. Like I'm just happy to be here.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, hit subscribe right now. One of the most fun releases of 2021 for nostalgic heavy metal fans was definitely Too Mean to Die by Accept. Fast forward, the band has played a number of shows already, so I thought it was time to check in with bass player Martin Motnik. And guess what? He is actually working on his second solo album with iconic people like Joe Satriani and Bruce Kulick. Even better, you can be part of this new release. To learn all about that, I sat down with Martin.
Martin, thank you so much for your time today. Crazy times. Last time we checked, you were playing on a country festival. What's going on?
Yeah, that was Windstock in Minnesota, and so that was with a artist that I recorded on her album, Chelsea Cotter. She's originally from Boston, but now she's here in Nashville, and she asked me if I was going to play on this festival with her, and we did that, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of nice. And a lot of the new country is very rock based anyway, so it's not that I have to mentally change completely. It's I like it, especially live. It's very rocky. I like it.
Since we last spoke, Accept has also done their first shows again. How was that to be on a stage and finally playing all those songs from Too Mean to Die?
It was awesome, and yeah, we did have to practice because up until then it was like a year and 3 months or 4 months that we had played the last time together. So we actually did meet up for like a couple of weeks and rehearsed, at least like the core band, the four of us that live in the Nashville area. And Uwe, who lives in Germany, still cannot come to the States because of COVID. So we had to play as a 5-piece. But that was a little sad. But other than that, it was great to be on stage again. It was really funny because we got there and everybody, you could just feel from the crew and all the other bands, everybody was like, "Oh, we're doing this again. So what was that?" And it's funny how you have to remember all the different steps that were just automatic, and just like when you're like a well-oiled machine, you're just on the road and things just happen, and then you're like, "Oh, how does this go?" And then 2 weeks ago we played in the Chicago area, and we immediately lost 2 cases of equipment. The airline didn't get it to us on time, and so we had to locally to organize a few things. Luckily, it was like nothing that was like irreplaceable, so it was like guitar straps and the cords from the wireless system and stuff like that. So we had like somebody ran to the music store, got some of those cheapo seatbelt style guitar straps.
Yeah.
But we made it work. At least we didn't have to sit on stage and get a bunch of bar stools. And you could sense it from the people that they were just so thankful for them. Oh my God, something's happening again, finally. It was just a blast.
And the fans just love the fact that they get to see you guys play and hear those new songs. Yeah. On that note, final question about Accept shows. Now that you've played some of these new songs live, what's the favorite of the album, like that you get to play live?
I don't know. We played quite a few new songs. I think we played like 5 new songs in a 90-minute show, which is, I think, a lot. I'm not really sure I have a favorite. It's still surreal, considering that like I'm actually the guy who also played it on the album, and that on stage, so I'm really more and more a part of it now.
Yeah.
It's still a dream come true. It really is. So for me, I'm just happy to be there. I'm like a dog. Like I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. You're now working on the final steps, basically, of your second solo album. So I wanted to talk to you about that because that's super exciting. My first question that I have for you is your first solo album, and we talked about it in a previous interview. That was you wanted to very much just showcase all the styles that you can do, and it was an extremely eclectic album, almost more a collection of different songs and sounds that you can play. Is this the same approach for the new album, or is this more a coherent album that is more one sound, one feel, one vibe?
I think it's still somewhat eclectic. I mean, I'm mostly a rocker, so there's always going to be like the rock element in it, and it's also all of the songs have some sort of a classic song structure. You know, like you got your intro, you got the verse, you got a chorus with a more memorable melody, verse, chorus, and then you have a solo, and then the outro, and then so it's definitely very, very song based from the structure. And because I like different styles of music, that's why I compose songs that do cover different styles of music. But I also felt like, okay, if I just write 10 songs that are all just basically just hard rock, it's gonna get old really fast. People are gonna be like, oh, yeah, okay, I've heard the beginnings of 3 songs. I know what this is about.
Right.
So just to give somebody the variety of like, okay, I like this song, or I like this style, so I can skip that, but then this one's really cool. That's why I did that too. It was less with the intention of I have something to prove, which was definitely a little bit on my first album. Here I was more like, okay, I was exploring more the capabilities of my instrument and on different styles, and express myself more really like on a musical level.
Now, I remember from last time, you are extremely grateful to have some amazing musicians on your solo album. But if we look at the artists that are going to be part of your new album, we see some returning people as well, if I'm not mistaken. But we see some real icons. Obviously, well, not obviously, but we have Wolf Hoffman from Accept on the album, but also living legends like Joe Satriani and Bruce Kulick. Do you still have to pinch yourself every day to realize what a lineup of musicians you have for this album?
Not every day, but every once in a while I have to sit back and oh shit, I can't believe that really happened. But because it was such a gradual process, it didn't feel like, oh my god, this is crazy. It's really something that just developed organically. And so this time I had the thought, hey, maybe I should have a guest on every song. And so the idea was, as I explained earlier, it's like each song has this very song structured approach: verse, chorus, solo. And on that solo, I wanted to have a big name artist. And it's just so fulfilling to play music with people that are just really good. And that was the approach. And so that's why I started okay, who do I want on drums? And so I fished around and I was like, okay, who are friends, but really amazing drummers? And then of course Gregg was the first name, but then I started to become really close also with Christopher Williams from Accept. Such an amazing drummer, talented drummer. Again, not only in metal, but in all kinds of stuff. He plays in Nashville too. He plays with all kinds of different artists, and he can lay down a country groove like that's all he did all his life, just play country stuff. And then you give him a pop song and he nails that. He's super, super talented. Then I had played a clinic with a drummer in Germany years ago. Walfredo Reyes Jr. is his name. He was the drummer for Santana, for Steve Winwood. A bunch of names he told me. I keep forgetting them. I have to write them now. And now he was the percussionist for the band Chicago, and now he's the drummer for Chicago.
Yeah.
And so him and I had done this session, and we stayed in touch ever since. So I invited him. He's playing a few songs, and he played out percussion as well. So 2 songs already kind of like Latin oriented, and he plays drums and percussion. It's just yeah. I mean, you have Carlos Santana's percussionist and drummer. I mean, it can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And then I have a really good friend, Joe Babiak, who is from Chicago, but now he lives the city of Chicago, but he lives in Germany now. But he was playing with Michelangelo Bettillo, the shredder that plays with both hands.
Yeah, with 4
him and I
guitars in one.
4 necks, exactly. Yeah, and he and I we met years ago at a concert where Michael actually played on the same concert as Uli John Roth, who I toured with. And so that's how we met and became friends. So that's like they're laying down the drum work, and then each song was supposed to have a solo. And I gotta be honest, COVID helped me in that regard, because now all of a sudden everybody was home.
Yeah.
So I had the chance to reach out to those people, and it really helped me when I got like one big name, then the next big name says, "Oh, I can do it too." Just the fact that they agreed to do it is just such an honor, and it is really a dream come true. Those are all people that I was dreaming of playing with when I was young, and that's also what inspired the title that I'm going to give the album. It's going to be Dream Chaser, because that's what I do, chase my dreams.
You've also invited your fans to be part of that journey, you've had some, I think, overwhelming support that has given you, a lot of options with this album, which is great. I know that there's even bigger plans. I know that you'd love to offer potentially, vinyl pressings of the album as well. For fans of Accept, fans of yourself, fans of all the guests that are on the album, basically fans of good music, no matter what it is, that want to support this project, where do they go? What should they know?
So there's an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign going right now, and the album is basically done. The album is recorded, it's mixed and mastered, it's ready to go. But as you say, I want to share the opportunity to give people the chance to get their own names on it. And so I started this Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign where people can go to and contribute as different levels, different tiers, and then every tier basically has a perk that you can get. And it starts with just first of all, I have a website where you'll be mentioned in all eternity as a contributor, and with my sincere thank you. Then it goes to pre-release, because the album was basically done. Not basically done, the album's done. So I can offer a pre-release MP3s basically immediately once the campaign is over, which is going to be on October 10th, and the release date I set on my birthday, which is November 10th. But then also get your name mentioned in the actual physicals, because now we already have enough money to produce CDs. So CDs will definitely happen, and we're almost there that we can finance also vinyl albums. And so at a certain tier, I think it's $250, you will get your name mentioned on the physical album. So your name will be on the same album as Joe Satriani, Bruce Kulick, Wolf Hoffman, Gregg Bissonette, Andy Timmons, Jennifer Batten, Derek Sherinian, keyboard player for Dream Theater, and all the awesome people that I have on it.
Everybody that wants to get in touch, we'll make sure that the just read the description of this video, because the link to the Indiegogo campaign will be right there, and you can you know, get your name on an album together with Joe Satriani and Martin Motnik, not to forget. I hope that you will you know, find all the support that is needed to get all those plans that you're working on a reality, and then we're all counting down towards your birthday, not just to wish you a happy birthday, but also to hear this new music. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Jasper. Thank you.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.